Hello, everybody. This is Miss Mac, and this is a video for SFS classes, or really for anyone who is trying to figure out how to use Google Keep. So the way I teach it in my class is that we start right here, and you go up to those 9 little dots in the corner, go up to the 9 little dots in the corner, and look for the Keep icon. It's the little yellow light bulb. So if you keep looking, it should be, mine is at the top because I use it and teach about it all the time. Yours may be way down in the bottom. So just go find it, pull it up, and get it where you need it to be. All right, so that you can access it. I put mine again right in the first row because I want to access it quickly. And I would hope that you all, if you choose to use this as a way to write your homework down, your assignments, prepare yourself for studying for quizzes and tests, meaning put quiz on the calendar and then put quiz study, test study the days before. Make it accessible, easily accessible. So go ahead and click on that tab for me. All right, so now what we have are all of the options to the left. Now in my classes, I give options, but you, of course, can come up with your own. The goal here is when you're trying to figure out how you're going to go about writing your daily homework, writing your quizzes, writing your test assignments down, project dates. First, the decision is to start because most middle schoolers, let's be honest, they don't. Like, you just don't do it. You just decide that, put it in your brain will remember it, it'll be fine. Okay, I'm going to suggest that that's ridiculous. The reason is you have to memorize your math homework, right? You have to know how math works in steps. You can't take your notes into a test most times. You have to memorize your vocabulary for English or learn about the book and remember it so you can do it for a quiz or a test. You have to remember your civics or history facts, correct? You have to know your French or your Spanish or your Japanese information. You're learning your vocabulary and you're supposed to remember it for a test. How about you don't have to remember or memorize when you have homework due? No, you can cheat with that. You can literally write that down and look at it every day. You do not have to remember that. You don't have to remember that a test is in 2 weeks. You could actually write it down. Help yourself. Don't make studying or school more difficult by putting extra pressure on your brain when you don't have to. So take the first step and decide, I'm going to do something different, and I'm going to write my assignments down. I can already hear some of you saying, well, I already remember. I've never forgotten. It's always been, okay, well, that was then. How about now or the future? You don't wait to create a strategy that's helpful or a study taking skill. You don't wait to develop it 2 years down the road past when you need it. You need it now to get ready for what's coming in the future. Here's a little hint. Life does not tend to get easier or less complicated. Life tends to get more involved, more complicated, with more things to do, more things to keep track of. So if you start developing these skills now, when you don't think you need them, they will be so tight and in place when you find you do need them, as opposed to waiting to when you need them and you've never created the strategy to use. Now you're trying to do it all at the same time, overwhelming your brain, causing yourself extra anxiety and stress. So just start doing it now. Okay, so over here on the left, you're going to scroll down to where you see edit labels. Click on edit labels. Now I have all this over here to the right because I've been doing it in my classes. So you should not, unless you've been using Google Keep, you will most likely have a blank screen. Let me see if I can unpin this guy, get him out of there. Okay, whatever. Unpin, no, yes, unpin it. Okay, all right, still didn't work. Moving on. So let's go to edit labels. I need you to decide how you want to set up your Google Keep. Would you like to have a photo or label for all of your A-Day classes, for all of your B-Day classes? Would you rather just have a quick label over here that just says homework? Like, this is where my homework's going to be. I'll click on it. I'll, what do you call it? Bookmark it, and I can click to see what my homework is every day. And then under homework, I'll have my subjects there. So we have A-Day and B-Day classes, which would mean you then need to write the classes. To me, that's the worst way to go about it. To me, it's also the worst way to plan what you're taking to class. I encourage all of my strategies for success students and all of my math students to please throw away the whole idea of an A day, B day binder. We stopped doing that thing in the school years ago where we said every class has to have a binder. It's entirely too much for you to carry around. Your lockers are not big enough to have massive binders and your computer and your jacket and your backpack and your massive 2-liter water bottles that you all walk around with. It's not big enough. So what I suggest is that they find this, it's a Mead or a 5-star. There are notebooks that feel like notebooks. They bend, they're flexible, but inside they act like a binder. It's a rubber thing you open, and those are your 3-hole punches, not metal steel, but flexible plastic. You can put all, it comes with all the subject dividers with folders in it, with labels for you to create and set up something for every single one of your classes. You could have everything in one place. First step of organization is finding a place for everything. So I'm going to suggest that, just like I wouldn't like it here for A and B day, but it's not my personal choice. It's a choice for you all. I am going to highly suggest that if you are in the least bit disorganized or least bit in the habit of you've done it once, if you've done it once in the last 2 weeks of having an A day when you should have had a B, or B when you should have had an A, or being late between classes because you need to switch and get your A in this, whatever, stop, because it's going to get more complicated. We're starting return periods. If you're watching this video, we already have. What we need is organization. You're going to go to A classes on B days. You are going to go to A classes on B days. So now you have to keep both with you that day. To me, that's making life more stressful. Consider they're at Amazon, they're at Walmart, they're at CVS, they're everywhere. Please consider them. They're bendy with black flexible binder holes, and they already come with paper, dividers, folders, labels. Everybody in the school gets a math packet. There's a place to put it inside, or you could hole punch it and keep it in the hole punch. You get handouts for numerous classes. You need a place to put them. Consider putting it all in one place. All right, next thing. Let's go to, there we go. Okay, I see it now. So the math, you can set up a specific label for each class, or you can just choose to go with what you're supposed to do. Do you want to do A and B day classes? Do you want to just go with what you're looking to do? Homework, test quizzes, projects? Or do you want to do it by subject? Math, English, whatever. So if that's the case, all right, you're going to pick what you want. I'm going to go with the homework lab. I'm going to put homework, boom, capital, homework. And I'm going to put it with an exclamation point. Then once you do that, let me move this out of the way so I can click it. You click done. It will immediately show up over here. You'll see the one I already had, and then you'll see this. Now you may arrange them around in different orders, get rid of what you don't need. For instance, here's another example right here. Say you really want to be organized and you want to put your homework by dates. Then set up your labels by dates. That's going to be more maintenance because you'll need to go in and change something every week. But if that works for you, do it. Now, take a minute, pause the video, and set up your labels. Is it A and B day classes? Is it homework, test quizzes, projects? Or is it by subject? Homework, English, math, science, civics, Spanish, French, Japanese, engineering, whatever it is you may be taking. All right, take a minute, pause, and do that right now. Okay, so hopefully we're back and you've already set up your labels. So let's go ahead and start setting up what goes inside of these labels. All righty. So first thing you have over here, your choice, whether it's A and B day, whether it's the subject, or whether it's the content, homework, test quizzes, projects. Start with one. Okay, I'm going to start with A and B day classes. So if you're doing that, you're going to follow this instruction. A-Day classes, click on it, click in the box that says take a note. As soon as you click in the box that says take a note, something else pops up, title. Now you need to decide, how are you breaking down your classes? You've got A-Day classes, what? Math, homework, excuse me, math, civics, science, whatever. You're going to create one of these stickies for every single one of your A-Day classes where you might have any kind of quiz, test, assignment, homework, whatever. All right. Matter of fact, another, no, we're good. Okay. So title, go ahead and put, I already have, okay, looks like I don't have English down there. I'll put English. Notice that you're not writing it where it says take a note. You're writing the title of the class in a capital letter, please. That would be my preference. I make all my students do it. And then you go where it says take a note. And now we're going to do some other things. First, we had to put the title where it said title. Now go to where it says take a note. Your cursor should be blinking there. All right, you're going to follow this for all of your different classes under A and all of your classes under B, if that's what you're doing. All righty. Now, everybody else that's doing the, if you're doing the setting up the week, you're going to do the same thing. If you're going to do weekly homework, when it comes up, well, you already labeled it weekly homework or homework. So what you could put is due today. You could put a title that fits under that. You've already said that it's homework. Or if you want to take your weekly homework and divide it into subjects, do it. When you pull up your weekly homework for the week, or if you just have homework, it will say what subject it belongs to. Math. Okay, write it. Do you have, let's see here, move this out of the way briefly. Okay, there's math. Click down, close. Now we have a label for math. You want to make another one for English, or however you want to set up your weekly homework. But I would assume if you're going to have a tab that says homework, you might want to break it up. You don't have to. You could simply put at the top, due today, or to-do list for homework. Do this homework, whatever. And then you can put all the things that you have homework on or homework in, and maybe just put them all together. If you just want to put an E for English when you start listing them, we're not there yet, but you can just keep it simple like that. You click on weekly homework. When you click on it, it says do this homework, and then it will show you all the homework that you're supposed to do today. You can choose how you set it up. Just please set it up in a way that works for you. If you're doing what's next? That was homework. That would be for quiz, test. Okay, the other one would be setting up each subject. So if you are setting up each subject and your labels are math, English, civics, history, science, whatever, you come here, do the same process, click here. You're going to click it, and it will eventually give you two different lines. You go to the line that says title. Now, if we're doing it by subject and you're a math, English, civics, you want those as your labels, then maybe you want to put homework, test quizzes, homework due, something. It's a double situation in each one. First, there's setting it up, and then there's breaking down the details in your individual labels. So you just have to do the process that works for you best. All right, so if you're going math, you'd have to set up homework. Then go to science and set up homework. Then go to English and set up homework. Just choose what works for you. Okay? All righty, so now that we're there, I'm going to stay stuck on homework for a minute. And I want everybody to get to that point. If not, please feel free to pause it and make sure that you are setting up all of your subheadings, I guess, for each one. All right, all of your mini Post-its that go under your labels. Go ahead, pause, and set that up. Okay, so hopefully you unpause now, and we are ready to start customizing. In my class, I require them to customize all of their Google Keep, because then, I don't know, it makes you happier. If you look at a picture that you like, or you upload something that makes you happy, it's easier to look at. You enjoy looking at it. And it's just like your notes. Your notes shouldn't just be in pencil. Your notes should be colorful with the colors that make you happy. It should be an explosion. Your notes ought to pop so that you're excited to look at it and see them. And maybe, I don't know, look at them again so that you'll study. All these little tricks that make studying easier. We want to study smarter, not necessarily harder, but smarter. All right, so let's click on where under one of our labels, I'm going to pick, I'll pick A day classes, and we're going to pick the bland one, English. Now, you're going to go right here first, formatting options. If you want to change your font, what it looks like, go ahead, change it, make it bigger, make it larger, play around with it so that it's fun to you. That's fine. Then we're going to move over here to the little color wheel. Okay, you may choose a background color for your note. Make it look like whatever you want it to look like in the background. Make it suit you so it's happy when you look at it. I'm going to pick yellow, going to pick yellow. Now, you can also pick pictures here. And of course, if it's not a picture there that you like, you can also upload your own picture and make it look like whatever you want it to look like. Okay, so I'm going to go with whatever that is, pumpkins or something. Okay, so there's one more thing I need you to do for customizing. I want you to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little doohickeys later. There we go, right there. Click on the 3 dots. And I want you to go down to where it says show checkboxes. Okay? Show checkboxes. Now, of course, here you can change your labels here. You can do all kinds of things here. You can copy something to your Google Doc and keep it there. But I want you right now to show checkboxes. As soon as you do that, it's going to give you the opportunity to write things. And as soon as you write things, little checkboxes show next to them. So English, let's say read 10 pages. Oops, am I typing? I'm not typing. There we go. Read 10 pages of book. Okay, now you click down. If there's another assignment, another assignment, another assignment, you say what you're supposed to do. If you're doing it by subject, you may look and it may say quiz Friday. Okay, this may be homework. You may set it up whatever way works for you. Okay, and that's what you have to do. This may be, I don't know, what is the okay, I don't know, review vocabulary. Whoops. Okay, put, vocab due Tuesday. Okay, like that's how you want to set it up. And then when you're done with something and you've completed it, you go and you check the box, point at it, click on it. It immediately moves it to the bottom, crossing out, showing you that you successfully completed an item, one completed item on your to-do list. I also encourage my students, whenever there's a return period, or really you should do it whenever you're in Panther time, take a minute and go check, go look, review what you've done in your classes. Is there anything you've missed? That's a good time to maintain. The thing about organization is that you set up a system, put everything in their place, you create a system, and then you have to maintain it. You figure out what needs to be organized. In this case, it's our assignments, our tasks, our quizzes. Then you make a place for everything. You know what needs to be organized. Now organize it. Put everything in its place. Homework here, quizzes here, test here, separated by subject, separated by content, whatever you're going to do. So that's what we're doing here, is making a place for everything to go. Quiz assignments, test assignments, homework assignments, study time, whatever, it's all here. What's the third step to organization? Monitoring and maintaining. So you need to check it. It's not going to work if you create it and never ever look at it again. So you have to monitor and maintain. Keep coming back. Check things off when they're done. If there's a new thing, put it on there. Type it in there. Add it in. Your labels aren't working for you and you feel like the way you created it was hectic, delete them and do it over. Okay, so now I'm just gonna go again, repeat the steps one more time in case anybody just came in, fell short. Alrighty, so first thing, you go over here to edit labels, decide how you want to set up, how do you want to organize your Google Keep? By A and B day classes, by content, or by subject. Content means homework, test quizzes, projects, and then of course, subject is your subject or the subjects in class, okay? You do that through edit labels, type it there, hit it here, and it will show up on the left. Then you go and you break down your labels. How am I going to separate this up so that I can easily see what I want to do? Do you want to set it up by homework? Under math, you want to do homework and test and quizzes? That's great. Then set that up. Do you want to go under your weekly homework and have English, math, civics, history? that's fine. But when you go to set them up, remember you click in the box that says take a note, and you do not type where it says take a note. You type where it says title and set it up. We are under weekly homework, and we'll put English. And so I know that when I go to weekly homework for this week and I click on here, it'll be everything I need to do for English this week. You can do that for math, whatever. And then you could just keep changing your dates as long as everything is checked off. And if things aren't checked off, it lets you know that that missing assignment is about to turn into a 0 on SIS. So whatever way you set it up, just make sure that everything is set up in a way that you actually enjoy checking, a way that works for you. If it feels disorganized and discombobulated, then that's not the system you need to use. Wipe the board and start fresh and reorganize it in a different way. All right, now once you are in the individual Post-its that are underneath your labels, now you customize. You hit background, you can choose a color, you can choose a scene, or you can click 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that right there? All right, there you go. You can add your own image. If you look, you'll see that there are all kinds of images that my students have put in here. Okay. Sometimes they just put, oh, you might see familiar names. There are cats. There are all kinds of things. I don't know what that is, but he's going to scare you in a minute. He's just, there you go. Okay, great. There we go. We've got all kinds of people. Oh, is that Hulk Hogan? Nope, can't tell who it is. All right, more cats, whatever, all kinds of different things. Put in there anything that makes you happy. And they get very, tickled with the putting in the little gifts to keep moving around and stuff. There's somebody else flopping up. Oh, and it's a massive dunk. Fantastic. Put whatever it is that makes you happy. Okay? All you have to do is upload it and make it yours. That's the whole point of customizing, is that when you look at it, it is something fun for you to look at. So you'll go back and not really have an issue looking at it. Don't make it boring. Make even your agenda pop. Make it fun. All right? That's how you conquer school. You make what you have to do fun. You can do it. Just trick yourself into doing it. Okay? Last thing, and this is, your teacher may or may not require this. I do in my classes. Once you have, let's see, I set up a new one here. Okay. Once you have done this, I make my students share it with me, as you can see, and then I give them a grade for it. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, wait, so there's one other thing. I'm sorry. You check this one right here, the reminders. You can set reminders for when you need to do something. You can have it bing to you once a day, 5 o'clock at night, like, oh, did I check my list? I did what I think I needed to do, but let me check my list and make sure I did everything I was supposed to do, because you can forget some things. That's why you write it down. So you can check, you can set reminders whenever you want for any task that you have. You can pick the date and time. You can do it regularly. You may set it up. Reminders are a great tool to use, especially because you don't necessarily have your phone during, or excuse me, not necessarily, you absolutely do not have your phone, better not, between 7:10 and 2:15. It should be in your locker. Other than that, your phone would be a great way to set tools and set reminders. You can do that on your own. Just do it outside of the hours of school. But as far as during 7:10 to 2:15, use this to put the information. You cannot take it and put it on your phone. So put it here. And then if you want to transfer it later, you can. You can set a reminder here that says put it in your phone. Whatever. I don't care if you don't want to carry your computer around, but you want a reminder and it might beep on your phone to tell you to go back to your computer to do it, then do it. Perfectly fine. All right. Next thing was right here. This is the share. Hit the button 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you put the person that you're collaborating with. If it's Miss Costa or Mr. Harmon, or it's Miss Thrasher, Miss Anderson, or Miss Matthews, you just go ahead and you type their name, and then they can see everything that you're using. Okay, everything that you've created. In my class, I give a grade for Google Keep. I give a grade because every return period is a period to do this. And often I do it on Fridays whenever we're in class on a Friday as a normal check. You get it up, you go check your SIS, you go look for anything you may need to do, you go look through all of your information. All of your information should be in your one binder, one thing, so that you could check everything and you don't have to go back and forth to your locker to find your B or your other folder or your other binder. If it's all in one place, you can check it. And if there's anything you need to add, anything you need to miss, anything you can check off because you already did it, then you just monitor and maintain. We do it regularly. Friday's a quick check, but for a return period, it's the full 45 minutes. And once you set it, I grade on, did they have their title, their label set up? Do they have their task broken out so that it covers everything? Are they using it? Or once they set up the checks, do they just stay unchecked forever? And I check periodically because that to me means you set it up, but you had no intention of using it. This is the first step. The second step is you deciding you're actually going to try and use it. Okay, so that's it. Thank you. You all have a great day. Hope you find a really great way to set up Google Keep and to help you be the best version of you can be as far as school, keeping up with your tasks and assignments. Later.